We are live from the Hub City. Dre, Sadidi, Coco, K.O. in the building, man, and we got our a long time old friend. They ain't been with us in about a year. We got the lovely, the talented, international model, all out of where you was at?
Pasadena, homie.
Where you was at?
Where you was at over in Qatar. Straight from Qatar, man. The lovely Nikki Jean is in the building. Why can't you hear me?
I don't know.
I'm turning you up. Your headphones in, plugged in?
Let's see.
I can hear you.
I can hear you. Okay.
All right. That's better.
What's going on with y'all, man? Happy Hump Day, peoples.
Yeah, happy Hump Day.
What that shit did? Y'all had the great energy just like a second ago. What the fuck happened to the energy in here, man? You niggas, somebody done stumped y'all shit out already?
I'm kind of sad, because we don't have a DJ.
So that made you sad? Because you can't twerk? You couldn't twerk?
Yeah, so DJ T gonna have to come with it.
You didn't like the music that she was just playing?
Not really, no.
Yeah, Coco hasn't changed. Hey, man.
Never.
What's going on with Nikki? What's been up, love?
Hi.
It's been
How's
forever.
the Guitar life? It's different.
First
Good
local
different
niggas.
or good different?
I guess, to tame you, if you're a wild person, it is very good to tame you.
How long were you living there for?
A year. It's officially been a year, July 17th.
So first local niggas, where the hell is Qatar?
It's in the Middle East, which is flying-wise 2 hours from India. And 30 minutes from Dubai, 20 minutes from Bahrain.
How long from Compton?
16 hours.
16 hours. All right, yeah, I can relate to that. Yeah, it's a short drive.
Yeah.
Short drive.
Yeah.
So you actually went out there to work, and you start wrestling. You got right back to your modeling thing.
Yeah.
I've been seeing you in these international magazines and all these pictures and whatnot.
I don't know. It was a big change for me to move. And I knew that the hustle was in me, so I'm always going to hustle, so that's not even an issue. I just didn't know to what limits could I do what I do, so I just had to figure out the culture, and once I figured out the culture, I was like, oh, this is nothing.
How long did it take for you to kind of figure out the culture and get familiar and get out there?
I think it took me maybe 4 months.
Okay.
4 months, and then at 6 months I started working, I got signed, and then
What does it mean to learn the culture? What did you have to learn about the culture?
I had to learn the way of life in Qatar. It's not like the way of life here.
What was the biggest culture shock out there once you got out there?
The biggest culture shock, the prayers at 4 a.m. in the morning. Can you imagine? Not to say that this is me in this scenario for me, but can you imagine coming home from the club, being lit, 4 a.m. and then all of a sudden you just hear and it's whoa, I'm singing right now. This is horrible.
You were the one out of line. You were the one out of line partying all night, coming in here.
Can you imagine? Do you hear that in the in the States? Not at all. That's
so wait, everywhere everyone has to pray at the same time?
There's a huge microphone just going across the whole country. Different microphones in different areas of the country. So
the surround sound is ridiculous.
Do they make announcements on this microphone?
It's just prayers.
Oh, just prayers. Okay.
Just prayers, yeah. And so the first time I was like, wait a minute. What is this noise? Hold on. What's going on? But, after that, I got used to that, found my way to the happy hours.
This is where it's popping at.
Right, and the party, the party life.
How is the party life over there?
It's different. It's different from here. The energy is still the same as far as the concept, but getting in, you have to pay a membership, and yes, it's 100 rials, which is 20 American dollars. Okay. And you have to pay a membership, and it lasts for 6 months, and so that's just how you get in.
Wait, our money is worth more than their money?
3.6% more.
Yeah.
So.
I didn't know that.
Right.
I would have thought their money would have been way more than that.
I really thought I was on. I just went out there oh yeah,
we lit.
Let's do it.
I'm going to stretch this $100 out.
You feel me? Oh, it was nothing. It
No
was,
doubt.
it's been quite the experience, honestly.
Well, we're definitely gonna get more into that and find out more about what you and what's going on with you in Qatar and modeling and all that. But run down real quick, man. Let me let y'all know what's going on in the city one time, man. As some of you do know, man, the Compton City Fridays was closed down June 29th. Yes, for vermin infestation is what went out.
Wow.
It went on social media crazy. It was like, oh, Fridays is infested with rats, and that's what it looked like, and that's what happened. So I did a little research on it. I found out, well, some people were posting like it wasn't vermin or rats, it was 2 cockroaches that shut down the building for a couple days. And to me, that sounded far-fetched. I'm like, 2 water bugs, cockroach, shut your establishment down. That sounds like bullshit, right? But no, I actually talked to the general manager yesterday of Fridays, and she sent us over what the health department, the health official inspection report from the health department, and it does say that they found 2 cockroaches inside the maintenance room, and which is not far from the bathroom. It's adjacent to the bathroom. But the problem was that the door that closed it was like less than an inch off the ground, so which means that they can crawl under. So they shut them down for 2 cockroaches. That's what it says. I talked to them. They were shut down for a day and a half.
I seen the Instagram post.
Yeah,
and I drove by the next day. And
they were back up. Yeah, they were back up. Well, and we were talking about how it affected her business. Now, Compton Fridays supposedly is the biggest grossing Fridays in the country. Supposedly, they make $500,000 a month. So she told me they went from $135,000 a week to now $32,000 a week in revenue. So as a result of that, she's going to have to start laying off employees and whatnot. And all these employees come from the city. So
I would just like to make a comment.
Yeah, step in
since
there.
you have a relationship with her, maybe you'd like to pass this along. Everybody that works there needs to be fired. They have horrible, horrible service. They should have been shut down from just their service. It's horrible. Horrible. What's the worst word than horrible? Whatever that word is.
You was expecting.
It was
not the comment out.
Horrible. When we were there, when we had our event there, I went there for someone's birthday. We were there, waited for the people that work there are young. They don't care. All they do is laugh and play. They probably saw roaches and thought it was funny. Probably posted it on their Snapchat. So you can pass that along to her.
I cannot.
Because I would love to see black people win, but you really need to pay attention to your business. So that's what I have to say about that.
I do 100% agree with you, Coco. The service there could definitely be a lot.
Yeah, you supposedly make all this money. You should have a great staff running your establishment. So
yeah. Pastor Fisher just stepped into the building. Yeah, we got you coming up, man. We got Pastor Fisher also coming in, man. He will be talking to us about the marijuana initiative in the city of Compton, man. And I had a couple politicians hit me up trying to get in on the show because you were coming, man. So we'll talk more about that, man. That should be interesting, man. So yeah, that's the truth on the Compton Fridays. It was 2 cockroaches that shut them down, and like I said, the business is hurting right now. They went from $137,000 a week to now $32,000 in revenue. So that's a huge difference, and I'm sure that it affects the employment over there. So yeah, that is that, man. In other news, it's a big weed initiative going on in Compton, man. If you guys don't know, you will know today, man. A lot of people trying to bring marijuana to the city. They want to make Compton a place for cultivation for marijuana. So the Mecca of
marijuana.
The Mecca of marijuana. Yeah, we'll see how that goes, man. People, I've talked to a few people. They're going kind of both ways on it. So I just want to kind of get some more facts out there before we actually vote on anything. So yeah, we're gonna talk to Pastor Fisher about it. He's well informed on what's going on, man. So we're gonna talk to that man about it. Anything else you guys want to?
Just real quick, just a reminder that me and you, Dre and I, will be hosting the Hip Hop Awareness Festival Round 2. It's going on this Saturday. It's in the OC, so you can just make that drive. It's not that far. What time is this happening?
It starts at 5 o'clock. It's 5 to 1 a.m.
No, 3.
Oh, 3 to 1 a.m.
3 p.m. to 1 a.m. And it's going to be a lot of stuff going on. There's artists, there's comedians, there's going to be a lot of vendors. The Hub Radio is going to have a booth, so, you guys should come and check it out. We heard that every event is great. You went to the last one.
Yeah.
You said it was a dope event,
Dope turnout.
And we're hosting, so be there.
So it should be even doper.
Exactly.
And the address is 112 South Euclid Avenue in Ontario, California. And again, it starts at 3 o'clock.
It's in Ontario?
Ontario.
Oh,
Okay.
what did I say?
Oh,
shit.
She doesn't go any further.
I didn't even see the address.
Anything past
I didn't even
Inglewood,
see the
she's
address.
lost.
I could have sworn somebody said OC. Never mind. My bad.
Yeah, okay. Well, look, man, we're going to take a break real quick. When we come back, we got Pastor Michael J.T. Fisher in the building, man, and we're going to be talking about the Compton Initiative for Marijuana. We'll be right back. Radio, yeah. All right, we are back live from the Hub City Dre, Sadiddy Coco, Nikki Jean over here, man. And we have our guest of the moment in the building, man. Pastor Michael J.T. Fisher, Greater Zion Church family.
Right.
I was going to say Baptist Church.
No.
No, it's not Baptist Church.
No, it's not.
Okay. Greater Zion Church family. How's it going, man?
Man, everything's going good, man. I like your operation here, man. I like it.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
like it.
I had a chance to come check out your operation, and I barely can see anything. It'd be packed in your church, bro. I don't know if anybody's been to Pastor Fisher's church, man, Greater Zion on Wilmington, but dude, you have one of the hugest followings. The church might not be like mega,
Right.
but the people in there, it's like I've never seen anyone pack out the church 3 times a day.
4.
Oh, my bad, bro. My bad.
No,
Be clear, son.
Not like that. No,
Yeah,
we have 4 services.
Okay.
And, I mean, honestly, it ain't by no doing it my own. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm messed up like everybody else. I got issues like everybody else. I'm struggling just like everybody else. I'm trying to make it to heaven the best way I can, just like everybody else. And for some reason, God decides to smile on me, man, every Sunday, and all those people pass by like 157,000 churches.
Right.
Pull up in there, and
Right.
I really appreciate it. So yeah, we've been in Compton. We're the first black church in Compton.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. My dad founded that church in 1954. First black church when it was all whites. Yeah,
Wow.
and so if you ever bored on Sunday, come by one of our services, 7:30, 9, 11:30, or 5 o'clock, and I promise you're gonna experience church in a whole nother way, but it's all Bible based.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not emotional, even though we got our Holy Ghost,
Right,
but it's all about the word.
Got you.
Being
Got it.
educated.
How did you get such a huge following?
I think by remaining real. That's what I keep hearing from the people that come there, is that they just love that I just keep it real. So if I'm up there talking about being a hoe, it's because I used to be one. So I say that kind of stuff across the pulpit. I'm like, it's by the grace of God I ain't walking around here.
So you're telling me all the hoes can relate then once you say that?
all the hoes be like, you right there. That's how I go.
I've been there.
And I use my experiences to tell them basically, you're not too far gone that God can't do something in your life. Don't be ashamed of your past and where you come from.
Right.
You just use it, build on it, then you turn around and then you help somebody else out of the ditch that God used somebody to help you out of.
Right. Now, I've noticed that you've been pretty active in city politics lately.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it may not be lately. Maybe I've been paying more attention lately and noticed you there, but I've been going to the city council meetings. I've been seeing you there actively for at least the last 3 or 4 months.
Right.
And now we have this marijuana initiative in Compton that's going on.
Right.
I'm not as informed as I should be on it. I had the what is it, the
Referendum.
Referendum. Yeah, I just got that sent to me earlier today, but I haven't got a chance to check it out.
Yeah, so it's an interesting read. So I've been involved probably for the last year and a half, and just kind of sitting there, didn't really know why I was led to go there until I saw the marijuana initiative getting ready to come down the pike for Compton. And let me just say off the bat that I'm not against the medicinal use of marijuana, because I know that it is used medically to be able to help people make it through cancer, stage 4 cancer. I have several members that I watched them go through that and how painful it is. Mm-hmm. My stance very clearly, which is why I wanted to come on the show so that the streets would hear me on this. My stance is the commercialization of marijuana in Compton. So the people that are bringing marijuana into Compton are the Russians and the Armenians, and it's really not. We are nowhere at the table. I said it on my Facebook Live.
Yeah.
And what they want to do is they want to bring it in. The politicians are in bed with these cats. If everyone remembers, all of a sudden 7-Eleven started popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But pay close attention to every single 7-Eleven. There is an office space or there's some kind of a vacant space next to the 7-Eleven. All of them that nobody can lease. How I stumbled upon it was that the 7-Eleven next to us opened up, and then there was a vacant space next to it, and I wanted to open up a center for tutoring the kids at Willowbrook. Mm-hmm. And they wouldn't give it to me. And they was giving astronomical amounts for leasing, like $3,500 a month. And we was like, okay, we could pay it. And he was like, oh, $5,000 a month. We was like, oh, we could pay that. You know, he was like, $7,000 a month.
Oh,
he was like, and I was just like, we could pay that. And then I realized it's something bigger than that. Because 7-Eleven all of a sudden started popping up because they understood, or their intent is to go and get the ability to sell weed commercially. And so all of those places next to it, their intent is once Compton overturns the code that's enforced right now, is for them to be able to sell weed. Like kind of, they become like the one like stop shop for all things marijuana. And a lot of people don't know that the homies and everybody that's thinking, hey, this is an opportunity to be able to get in on this. No, page 6 of that referendum, 6 or 7, maybe page 8. I might be off, maybe 1 or 2 pages. But it says very clearly that nobody that has ever had any run-ins with law enforcement, a misdemeanor or a felony, will be able to participate in the selling, the transporting, or opening of a dispensary that deals with marijuana. So what does that say to all the homies out there? That means that you're not included in this yet. They're coming and knocking on every person's door in your hood and using this whole thing of this is an opportunity for you guys to get on a ground level and be entrepreneurs. It's a bunch of bull. It's not.
So you're telling me, like, I mean, okay, even in the event that as a felon or whatever, I can't be involved in that aspect of it, would it be illegal for me to grow my own and do my own thing?
Yep. And what's happening is the state of California in 2018 is getting ready to come back around with another resolution that is going to regulate the weed. See, they want to get it in all of our cities first, then they want to regulate it. And how are they going to regulate it? By making sure they do what they've always done to the black community, and that is keep us from coming and being a part of sitting at the table, but actually being on the menu. See, they're only bringing it into our neighborhoods, Inglewood. They want to bring it to Inglewood and definitely Compton, because there's a brand in Compton where they can use the hip-hop artists that have already sold us out, right? There's a brand that, like, nothing good comes out of us anyway. So they want to monopolize off of that brand, and they want to make money off of the addictions of our children, you know, because now you got politicians talking about, let's tax it. Let's go ahead and make some money off of it since it's going to come anyway. And I've asked them, well, what you going to do with it? And they're like, oh, well, you know, how about we just put the money towards more law enforcement? Interesting. We need more schools. We need more after-school programs. There's nothing about your budget. First of all, is there a budget? There's not one, because you won't present it to the city. And when you do answer the question of, is there a budget for this, where you're going to put the money, your first thing is law enforcement. Why do you want to beef up law enforcement? Because you already know what's going to go down when you bring weed into Compton.
Because, I mean, most marijuana dispensaries is cash. It's heavy on cash.
Exactly.
And not all banks are actually they're not taking any of the cash from the dispensaries because it's not federally legal. So they have to do something with this cash. So that means they're going to always have lump sums of cash somewhere. If it's not in the building, it's going to be somewhere. And, yeah, people will kill for a lump sum of money.
Well, the state of California, once they get it into all the cities that they really want to get it into, such as Compton, when they regulate it, then they're going to be able to determine what companies will be able to come in and be able to open up what places or spots to grow it, to transport it, all of that stuff. And what are those companies? The ones we've been seeing popping up at the city council meetings, you know? Colorado, Washington State. When you see white people magically pop up in Compton, you know there's a problem. You know, they're only interested here simply because they want to make money off of us.
Right.
So while everyone wants to make this a religious thing, while yeah, my Bible teaches that we ought to be sober-minded, and I do stand by that. And even for those that are Muslim brothers and sisters, the Quran teaches that it is haram, which means that it's religiously forbidden for them to be able to put anything that is intoxicating into their bodies. But beyond all of that, it's just me being proud to be black and knowing that we're kings and we're queens, and that if you're going to bring us to any table, bring us to the table of Fortune 500 companies. If you're going to bring us to a table, if you're going to treat us as if we are decent human beings, give us an opportunity to be able to own Walmarts. You know, Walmart is even in closed-door dealings to be able to see how they can distribute marijuana. The big Walmart that just opened.
Right. They want to distribute.
Yeah, and what's going to happen to all the mom and pop dispensaries that's going on around here on Rosecrans and Compton Boulevard and all those places? They're going to shut them down. and they're gonna make it illegal for you to be able to run your own dispensary because it's all about taxing it because they can't tax the hood.
Yeah.
You know, Ray and them is not gonna pay no taxes.
Yeah, on everything. So now, your personal stance, you're not an advocate for marijuana use.
I'm not an advocate for marijuana use simply because I used to smoke marijuana, okay? And I remember one time I smoked marijuana and I was at school, Cal State Long Beach, long time ago. And I smoked it and man, I woke up the next morning like in some girl's closet. You know? And I don't remember what I smoked, you know, and from that day forward, I realized then, like,
somebody slid you something.
Yeah, where they for me,
like,
right?
yeah.
And then I had another friend, man. He was a basketball star. Went off to UC Santa Barbara. He smoked something, man, and he's been tweaking ever since. Some days he knows me, some days he doesn't. And thirdly, so that people understand my heart, I watch all of my family, and it makes me emotional every time I have to say it. I watch all of my family on my father's side, all my brothers and sisters. I watch what drugs have done to them. I've watched it, bro. I watched them like lose houses and money and millions of dollars and go down to nothing, skin and bones. So for me, just personally for me, I can never really be an advocate for something that I have watched destroy my own family. So
now, I haven't known marijuana to be so addicting to where it destroys your life. I haven't seen it myself,
right.
But I may have heard maybe one or two stories. But do you feel like that's what it was with marijuana?
So each person that I deal with, and we have a rehab program that we run out of Greater Zion. Mm-hmm. Every single person, I won't say every person, but at least 80% of the people that say that they got hooked on hardcore drugs, they always say it starts with marijuana. Mm-hmm. So marijuana is considered a gateway drug, you know. Now, at the end of the day, it's a free country, you know, and if you want to smoke marijuana and that's how you handle your problems, so be it. You know, I found, you know, strength in my faith, strength in my God, you know, to be able to get me through things and keep my mind sober so I can stay clear, stay up on what's going on. My stance against this is purely because I know that they're getting ready to pimp our people. If I've never seen it before in my life, I'm seeing it. And 5 years from now, when these same politicians that are sitting in these seats are raised up out of them and gone on to do what they want to do, we're going to be sitting here like Oakland is still sitting, cleaning up behind everything.
So with the platform that you have, are you able to go to the mayor and the politicians in Compton and really have a sit down with them and voice your views and see if there's any, I mean, I know you're just one person, but you know, you do have a voice, and if you guys can maybe come to some kind of understanding for the city, for the better of the people?
Yes, so I am trying to leverage my platform for that very reason. To speak to the mayor. The mayor knows my stance on it, you know, and I want to try to come to an agreement with her to try to see, you know, how can we meet in the middle? You know, I just need her to see. I need Galvan to see. You know, I need some of the other politicians to understand that I see Paz just making some money off of this. I get it. Yes, it's a multi-billion-dollar corporation. Yes, it could probably bring us out of the red like it did Adeleto out there in the valley.
When you say that, you're assuming the fact that we would actually see the taxes that comes off
That's
of it.
That's a whole nother show.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. I'm assuming that they will actually do with the money what they're supposed to do with it, and we still can't even find the $200,000 that allegedly was set aside for a gospel concert, but I digress. And so, you know, but if they do what they're supposed to do with it, I get it. I get the whole presentation that it can help finance the city. But at the end of the day, you can't tax something that don't sell, bro. Right? So you know that if you sell it, who you going to sell it to? Our people. You're going to sell it to our people. You're going to sell it to those young men and those young ladies.
But see, those young people are still going to buy weed anyway.
Yeah.
I get it.
So many people
so I mean, like, weed is like, it's probably more people smoking weed than it is taking aspirin.
Right. And I'm fully aware of the 420 movement, you know, and you know, and I know what happens, you know. But here's the thing. So if I know that, I don't know, how can I say this? If I know that if I give you pork, that you have a high percentage of having a heart attack, right? You most likely are going to go and get your pork chop anyway. But if I'm supposed to be a good steward over you as my sister, I cannot knowingly know what that pork does to you and give it to you. That's my stance. I know that people are going to go and they're going to smoke weed. Duh, right? But if I'm a pastor, come on, this is what I told the mayor. I was like, come on, I'm a gatekeeper. I can't be sitting here talking about how I want to save my brothers and my sisters and how we're hired in this, and I want to be able to position them in a place where they can be the lender and not the borrower, and then just let something like this come in. Because here's the true thing. If it was really about, I guess, it being fair, then why hasn't anybody changed the regulations at Target and Walmart, JCPenney's and Sears and construction companies that say, hey, you know what? We will waive having the drug test. No. Because if you are smoking weed, guess what? When you go to try to apply for a job at Walmart and Target and all those places, you're still not going to get a job.
Right.
And so now, while our people getting high and talking about, that's right, ain't nobody going to turn me down, the turn up is real, you're still jobless because you can't pass the drug test.
Now,
and as a gatekeeper, I just can't willingly know what that's going to do to my people and let that come in. Because guess what? When 10 years from now, when everyone says, this wasn't the best decision, guess what they're going to do? What they're doing to the preachers now. They was like, where was Pastor Fisher at while he was having all these members up in his church, right? I'm going to be blamed with the same mega preacher thing, He was just about himself. Didn't care nothing about us. He could have blocked this. So everyone complains about no prayer being in school and then turns around and says, well, where were the preachers at when that came down the pipe? I refuse to be a sellout. So I know right now I might not be the most popular person.
And I was going to ask you about that because I remember at one point you had a pretty good relationship with some of the people on City Council.
Yes.
How is your relationship now with, let's say, the mayor?
We're cool. We're respectable.
That's definitely a change of West. That's very political. Go ahead.
Yeah, she respects me. She respects my stance. And I respect what it is that she's trying to do in that. And it's just one of those. We agree to disagree on this. And she's advocating saying she's not for the dispensaries. And I'm just like, well, if you guys are not for this, then why does it keep coming up? And the guy that actually brought in the referendum, Bill Ivey, and that's actually on what you got. Yeah. Bill Ivey, he's like a deacon or something at a church. I mean, and I think the church just got
Yeah, Bill Ivey is my neighbor, man. I know him.
And he walked it right on in. I'm telling the truth.
We might have to pull Bill Ivey in here. Hey, Bill, you got to come holler at us, man.
And I mean, for whatever reason, that part I don't know. I have a daughter now, and when she grows up and she looks at what becomes of the city, or it may work out. I don't know. I just want her to always be able to look at her father and be proud that I was always on the right side of trying to defend our people.
Right.
Yeah.
So what would be the main thing you want us to know about this initiative?
It does not benefit us. We are not invited to this table. Okay, there are a couple of Uncle Toms out there that they've showered down with a little blessing so that they can look like this is benefiting black folks. But we are not, I promise you, we are not invited to this table. We are nowhere in the plan. And no sooner than you guys vote or sign these signatures, and they paying people to sign.
I saw that.
They paying people to sign. They pay. How do I know? My members came to me. It was like they offered $25. Just sign right here. Then when they said no, they was like, oh, well, can you just sign off here so that my boss will know that I did my job? Are you, like, you're treating us like we're dumb? Just like they try to act like Fridays they get closed, closed.
Yeah.
We
talked about, we just talked about that.
So at the end of the day, y'all, I just need the hood right now. I need the streets right now. I need you guys not to be emotional. I need you guys to be strategic. I need you guys to be logical. I need you guys to think. I need you guys to understand that this is not to help us. There's other ways to help us. Marijuana is not the way. You want to smoke it? Hey, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, do not be tricked. Do not be bamboozled. This is another way for them to steal our city right up from up under us.
Now, lastly, how can we be more informed of the laws and exactly what they're trying to present us to vote on? Where can we find that at?
I know that you can find it on the Compton City website, but at the same time, you can follow me on social network under Michael J.T. Fisher, because I'm actually, now that I've come here first, I didn't want to release nothing until I came here first.
I appreciate it.
Gave it to you first, Dre.
My man.
And I'm going to go to KJLH, drop it on them, You can follow me on social network, and then I'm gonna try my best to bring truth to it. I've already received a couple of threats. That's how real it is. That's
what kind of threats are you getting?
Yeah, that's how real it is.
How they threatening you? You on God's team, bro?
I know.
But
But here's the thing. I thought maybe I was just talking about something small. But when people start talking about your life, or we're gonna burn up the church and things of that nature, now you stumbling upon something that's bigger, which only did nothing but gas me up.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because I have no problem going down with the other legends in helping secure our people. So right through here, Compton, and if you never do it again, I just kind of need y'all to stand with me on this one, and just trust me that you have to know that I love my people. Black as well as brown. I love my people. I want us to make it. Follow me on all social networks, Instagram, under the same thing, Michael JT Fisher. And as I get it, I'm gonna put it out there. I keep it 100. That's what I'm known for.
What's your address to the church?
2408 North Wilmington Avenue, Compton, California. Right there on El Segundo and Wilmington. And in August, we're doing a grand opening of our diner. So man. And see, that's what I'm talking about. I'm like, you got dispensaries popping up everywhere, right? But yet Compton was like giving me all these things to jump through to open up something that can employ our own people. So we got a diner opening up. Come support it. It's called GZ Diner. It's good food.
What kind of food you guys got?
It's good and healthy. So like salmon sliders.
Okay.
You're trying to be a little bougetto.
I was hoping you wasn't going to give us no barbecue pork or something like that.
We're going to be a little bougetto. So
salmon sliders.
Salmon sliders.
When can we expect that?
So they can expect it to open the first Sunday in August.
Okay.
First Sunday in August, come peep it out, and then it'll be open every single week, Wednesday through Sunday, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
No doubt, man.
Yeah. So.
Well, I appreciate you, man, for stopping through here, man. I know you got to get back to Bible study.
Yes,
man.
I left them and I got to get back.
Okay, man. If you have some time, man, just sign the wall on your way out.
Man, I'll be honored to. I didn't even know I was gonna get a chance to. I'm
man.
The whole thing, like, give me a Sharpie.
Me in here.
Permanent. I appreciate y'all, man, and keep doing what you're doing, man.
No doubt, man. We'll be right back live from the hub.